It's great to be back in the great state of Iowa.
I've read a lot of stuff before I came out here to the summit, and I've heard don't they know I am from New Jersey?
God bless the great state of Iowa.
I always feel so welcome when I come to Iowa.
Like Hillary Clinton, I too have traveled hundreds of thousands of miles. But unlike her, I've actually accomplished something.
It's great to be back in Iowa, where, believe it or not, the sweater vest was born.
Is Hillary a new Democrat or an old one?
I am seriously thinking of running for president.
Those were some of the 2016 GOP presidential hopefuls who spoke at Saturday's Iowa Freedom Summit. The gathering was also notable for who was not there. Jeb Bush and Mitt Romney, no-shows. But CNN's Peter Hamby was on hand and joins us now from Des Moines. Peter, I want you to know that I, too, like the Donald, am seriously considering running. Does anybody there believe him when he says it?
No, he's not running for president. This is probably the third or fourth time by my count over the years where Donald Trump has floated his name for president. He's always good at getting media attention wherever he goes, but reporters who write that he's serious about this are contributing to the problem and encouraging him. And look, Sarah Palin said similar things over the weekend, that she is interested in running for president. The backstory there, Michael, is that she went into the Marriott Des Moines bar the other night, and a bunch of reporters asked her if she was interested, and she said, sure, why not? And so she wants people to know that she's interested in being interested, so people write stories about how she's interested. But neither of these folks are going to run for president. There are two kinds of candidates at the event tomorrow. There are people who are serious about this, who are hiring staff, raising money, and laying groundwork in Iowa, and there are people who are there for the free media attention.
How much of a pivot to the right did Chris Christie make? I think that's the real substantive question that I wanted to ask.
Yeah, I think for reporters, that was kind of the most interesting angle of this event because, as you mentioned, of those establishment candidates, Jeb Bush and Mitt Romney were not here. Christie plays in that same lane, but decided to come out here, kiss Steve King's ring, and make a play for the conservative base. Look, he didn't say substantively very much different what he usually does when he goes to conservative events like CPAC. He's been to Iowa almost a dozen times. He talked about how, yes, he has differences with the Republicans. You're never going to find someone who agrees with you 100% of the time. But he did stress his pro-life credentials. He talked about how no one ever thought a governor who was opposed to abortion rights would get elected in New Jersey. And he said, look, I won. I won 51% of the Hispanic vote, 20% of the African-American vote. I can win. So he kind of pivoted to a message of electability. And one other thing that was interesting, Michael, a dreamer, a protester, stood up and interrupted him during his speech, which actually gave him a great, useful foil for this crowd because, you know, he did his whole shtick where he attacks the protester and criticizes them. And as you played the sound, he said, don't you know I'm from New Jersey? And the crowd ate it up. So he got a very good reception, probably the best he could have hoped for a crowd like that. It was a pretty good introduction for him on that side of the Republican Party out here, Michael.
What kind of a message was Jeb Bush sending? What kind of a message was Mitt Romney sending in not being there? Are they saying we're not going to compete in Iowa?
I think Jeb Bush is sending two messages. One is that his politics on immigration reform specifically don't gel one bit with Steve King's and many of the Republicans who spoke yesterday and many of the people that I talked to in the audience. And secondly, he wants to lower expectations in Iowa. No one wants to show too much leg too early and become the front runner, because if you're the front runner, you're probably going to lose if you're a front runner this early. So they are interested in Iowa, Jeb Bush's people are, but they just want to take it slow and steady. Romney's case is a little bit different because he's only been kind of in the race, so to speak, for a few weeks now. So he's, you know, still in this space where he's trying to figure out if he's actually going to run. He's hired a few people to help on a volunteer basis, but he's still figuring out it. And Romney sort of confronts a little bit of the same problem. I think he probably has a little bit more goodwill with the Republican base, both in Iowa and elsewhere, than Jeb Bush does at this point because he's been the nominee and been the standard bearer for the party. But he's still got to figure out if he's actually going to run.
When I watched yesterday, I thought to myself, this is an illustration of where it went wrong, in my opinion, for the GOP last time, because if you go in there and you placate that crowd and you hit them with all the applause lines, you're dealing yourself a death knell in a general election if you win the nomination. Just my 2 cents. Peter Hamby, thank you for your report. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Michael.